I think we're live. This sound good, Chris. Good voice. Guitar coming through okay. That last note is so important. What's up, Zach? What's up, Terry? Rev, Gary, Bill, Chris, Jay Shaft, Coots, Matt, Bad Enough, Super Lead, Trolls, and Bill. Got Wendell, Retro Puffer, Joe, Yeti Matzi, Rico B. Got everybody here. Hey, what's up, speaker? Ah, 106 in Arizona. You know what? We got humid again, but it's going to turn crispy fall again by tomorrow. So it's going to be back to the fall air. Oh, thanks for that, Rev Gary. What's up, Eric? Hey, Tony. What's up, Ed? Saw Joe go by. Strat CPO, blackjack guitar, all the regulars, everybody's here. Got Coots. These are nice inlays. This guitar's pretty nice. Rockin' Rob, what's up, Bill? And Retro Puffer and Cushman. Little Peg. Was it? Hey Steve, I thought your new Jackson would have made this Saturday show. Give it time. This is called the build up. You don't start with the lead. You bury the lead till later. Yeah, you gotta build up the hype, exactly. But I have a feeling it will be making an appearance, considering it's in both the thumbnail and the title. Hey, what's up, Buzz? What's up, Jordan? Rockin' Rob. And Vince. Can you explain some of the chords you use that aren't bar chords? Yeah, sure. A lot of them are just like little fragments. And there's also a whole concept called like the 3 most important notes. It's the most important notes in the whole wide world. It's just 3. And we hardly even know ye. So to make that dominant chord, I need the 1. You need a 7, and you need that 3. Or you don't have a dominant 7 chord. That is like the bare minimum. And a lot of guitar players will play that because it's just to imply the chord. And there's like the one on the next 3 notes. The 1, the 3, and the 7. Right? So the 3 and the 7 are inverted. Right? That's 1, 7, 3, 1, 3, 7, 1, 7, 3, 1, 3, 7. What if it's not major? And I'm skipping over the whole A string. I'm just cutting the A string right out. Don't even need it. I'm just on the E string, the D string, and the G string. Don't even use the A. You know, the A just gets in the way. Just adds uncluttered, it just clutters it up. You're going to add the 5th. The 5th is just going to sound like the 1, and it just adds more waves. We don't need those waves. But what sometimes we do need is a minor chord. So we just, on that high, instead of the dominant 7, we just drop that note down. We get that minor. You can get a lot of mileage just out of that. Dominant 7th and minor, and the only one that you can add is major. You just raise that 7 by 1 fret, so it lines up with the 3. Right, because here we get the dissonance of the tritone, and here we don't. And there you go. That goes, they call those drop 2s and drop 3s. They work. They're good. Yeah, the dominant sharp 9. It's like when the laughter dies down. Boo-doo. If Randy Rhoads played a Fender Rhoads in the middle of the road on Rhode Island, would there be a sound? No. It would all cancel each other out. Have I done the 83 Kramer Beretta reissue yet? I have not. I'd like to get a... have I done a Kramer yet in the guitar of the week? I don't think I have. Maybe the next round. See what I got for Kramers. See what I can get here. I don't think I've done a Kramer yet, have I? Be good to mix it up, you know? Was it a white Kramer, Tony, or was it a white ESP LTD? Did I do a Kramer? I feel like it was a... I know the white one you're thinking of, but I'm pretty sure that was a pointy headstock, right? No Kramer yet. Was it gold? Was it a gold Kramer? I don't remember it. I remember the ESP, and I remember we did a. Geez, we've done a bunch. They are starting to gel. Done quite a few. You should wait till Monday. It's already shot it. Mondays is going to be fun. It's going to be great. Last Kramer I did was the blue Beretta. Yeah. That sounds right. That sounds right. I should see what they have. See if I can get a like an SM1 or like a, you know, one of the Pacer reissues. You know, something sort of mid-tier. Exactly. It all blends into one amorphous, blurry guitar-shaped object. It's about... That is my life at this point. No, I had an SM1, but it wasn't the guitar of the week. That was years ago. I think I did that video in like 2016? 2018? I like the Sterling too. You know what? Bobby stopped by today and checked this out, and he was seemingly impressed with the Sterling. Well, you know what? I get these LED lights reflecting off this. Let me turn that shit. It doesn't do shit for you, other than cause a... Are they better on? Not really. No, not really. Looks like a Strat with a Mustang pickup. Well, this was developed when Leo owned Music Man, right? No? Was it after Leo? Was it after Leo sold it to Ernie Ball? I think these are Indonesia, right? Let me look. Yep, Indonesia. I like the grain on this neck, too. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty straight. Kind of hard to see. Can I get it? Maybe if I switch the cam like this. That's pretty vertical. It's nice. Yeah, so was he Was he an owner in Music Man? I forget the whole history, but I thought that was the company after Leo left Fender. It was Music Man first and then G&L. And was he only doing amps with Music Man? Or was he, I forget, there was some weird stuff with basses. There was some like he couldn't compete with Fender. He had a non-compete for like a number of years. Hubble says, hey Steve, just wanted to let you know that I used your link for that Vola. There you go. Oz, SRM24 you demoed. Yeah. Got your own, but white. Yeah. They're great guitars. Bobby was checking out, I have both the Aries and the Cobra Blue. Except not the VC, the MC V3. They're going full Ibanez on me. It's an Oz, but then you have to find out which Oz it is. Unlike the Aries, which is, it's just the Aries. Now, you gotta remember, I can also hit the big mid boost. So even on the front, that turns into feels more like right, you know, that sort of real mid push to that's the mid boost. I got to back off again. To be honest, it's a bit much. I would use it sparingly, but in just the right moments. Ooh. You could see how it would really work. The Zakk Wylde version. I haven't heard the snippet of VH Music released by Alex. I'll have to go check that out. I haven't heard it. That sounds intriguing, though. Color me interested. Fellas are very much a bang for your buck, in my opinion. Yeah, no, I agree. I friggin' love them. I think they're really, you know, top. I think Speaker was really digging that Aries. He was like, this is like really nice. I know. I'm telling you, no, they're nice. Like, no, this thing is like really nice. I'm like, no, yeah. No, they're pretty good. They're pretty freaking good. Oh, you got a James Taylor Studio Deluxe. Yeah, it was so sad to hear of his passing. You know, my heart went out to family and friends. It really did. Jeff Jeffrey? Johnny. An amp party last year was numb, yeah. I don't think I went to it. I was pretty low-key last year. I went to go buy my tickets. You know, they're quoting me right now, round trip to LAX, like $209. That's pretty good. That's pretty freaking good. I don't know how much cheaper I think I'm going to get than that. Right, and that's no layovers. That's a direct route. So, you know, but I went to go get it, and Google was like, hold up. You know, our AI metrics tell us that it's actually cheaper, like between like October 10th to this other date. It's way more likely. You're just paying about average. You're not getting like a score. I was like, oh, all right. I guess I'll wait. You know, I don't know. It seems to me like, I mean, I was doing dances last year because it fell from $350 to $250. But now they're saying no, don't. That's high. Wait until like later, and you'll probably get it for even less. I'm like, really? Round trip to LAX from Boston? It feels like kind of like the bookends of the friggin' country. Like we're way pretty far apart from each other. It's a pretty long frickin' trip. I think it was Delta that was quoting that, and then for a little bit more, I want to say $229. I could have gone JetBlue, but Delta allowed a checked bag if you wanted. No receipt. They had better. The other ones were no checked bags, and some of them were even like no carry-on. And I was like, oh well, that's gonna be. I need to have a carry-on bag in a personal item so I can bring a big backpack, and you know, which I'll take to the show with me, and you know, in my regular carry-on bag. But yeah, the dude doesn't. You know, come on. So I think I thought that was pretty good. I should go back and check it again. You know, I'm worried that Google's like, well, we thought it would be based on trends, but you know, the airline industry, it's kind of fickle. It's like, you know, I would have just bought, yeah. Hey, Speaker, you want to talk about a show that we could have taken our friend to? I think it's coming up a week from tonight, or this coming Friday. I forget when it is. It's coming up soon. It's KK's. It's at the Wilbur, I think. It's KK's Priest. So that's KK Downing's Judas Priest with Ripper Owens on vocals, right? And opening is Accept. Accept with KK's Priest. And Ripper Owen. Talk about right up someone's alley. Yeah. So they're doing Providence. They're also playing Boston at the Wilbur. I don't know. Is it with Udo singing? I mean, I feel like Udo could be retired. Is it the Strand in Rhode Island? So they played the Whiskey A Go-Go recently and sounded awesome. Yeah. You don't think it's Udo? It might not be. I have a feeling like that dude could have retired. Gotta get that voice, man. It's hard. Is it Udo? Udo is still touring, but not with Accept. Oh, his son is in the band. Oh, wow. His son is in his band, but not with... Udo is he touring as Udo? Which would be as good a name as any. New singers from New Jersey. Sure. I actually don't know the man who sold the world. I should. Yeah. I can hear the riff in my head, but I don't know it. Tickets are pretty cheap for the Providence show. Yeah, the Boston show wasn't very expensive either. That's what I was saying. Talk about a score. It's too soon. Will the undertaker your heavy side as we raise the boom of home? Oh God, it's so high up. Man on the run. Still waiting for a Randy Rhoads pedal from Sweetwater. Sweetwater. You know who just played here recently is Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie. They got a good write-up in the paper. So the show was really good. Literally mentioned Nita Strauss. You know, I'd love to catch. I don't think I've ever caught an Alice Cooper show, and it's so theatrical. I'm sure I would love it in the humor. But I wouldn't want to. They were playing Great Woods. Oh, God, that is such a shitty venue. The venue's great, but getting in and out of there is a goddamn nightmare. So it would have to be someplace more accessible. You know, these pickups sound friggin' awesome. Yeah, I've been impressed. There's been a few guitars. I think the guitar for this Monday, which is a great guitar, it's also kind of in that range. I want to say it's $6.99. I think this is $5.99. Maybe this is $6.99. They're right in the $5.99, $6.99 range. I've been trying to do more around that range because I just feel like they're more interesting and accessible. How low can we go? Right? Question: with all of the inlays being so big, you're not really playing on the rosewood. Does not affect the tone. Luckily, those are tone inlays. They think of everything, man. They think of everything. If they weren't, God, I shudder to think how it would sound. But luckily, they use tone inlays. Tinlays for short. 'Tis a tinlay. Yeah. It's just tuned just the right dampening frequencies. Extensive. What did I say? You can hear them. saying. No stone unturned. They could have put anything in there, but they chose tone inlays. Exactly, and the boost works through the inlays. Thank you. Watch, inlays off, inlays on, inlays off, inlays on. I think I just made a case for tone inlays. Thank you. Thank you. And the winner for best tone inlay video is SFB Live. What are we at, 60? Where are we? 260? That can't be right. Exactly. Big inlays enhance your tone. 46.579%. Look at you. I was at 578. Very generous. Anyway, the new Hendrix Vs. What a transition. We got the new Hendrix V. Mm-hmm. Let's check these puppies out. I like the vintage trim. I think it looks quite sporting. Oh yeah, very nice. Very nice. Show you classic headstock with your Epiphone emblem. I'm thinking that the fretboard looks a little light. It might be rosewood, but I'm thinking it's the you know, the other stuff. The not rosewood, but I could be wrong. Laurel, it is. Laurel fretboard. Rounded C profile. Gloss, Flying V, body is mahogany. Medium jumbo, mother of pearl dot, that's nice. You know, that's, oh, you know, I meant to mention that. You know, before I forget, the inlays in the Jackson DK there is they're real mother of pearl. You know, and you forget what real mother of pearl looks like. The inlays in that Blood Eagle were real mother of pearl. Those were not plastic. Those were not. Those were real mother of pearl. Apparently he insists on real mother of pearl for those giant inlays. So if you get a wild audio guitar with those big giant block inlays, they will be real mother of pearl, which is just, you know, it's a little crazy on a guitar that's about $1,000. You know, it's just a little weird using that amount of mother of pearl. It's shocking, quite frankly. But I triple checked because I was looking. I said, I think these are real. And then I checked, and I checked over and over and over again. I went to like 20 different sources, and it was pretty much confirmed. No, they use real mother of pearl. Kind of crazy. Hardware nickel, Maestro short vibrola, dual action truss rod, tunematic with the lock tone, and 3 Strat buttons. Okay. And then, why? Because you can go lefty? Does it? Oh, it does. Oh, that's funny. See that? Nice. All right, that's funny. They really is like Hendrix's. The double Strat buttons. No stone unturned. It's just like the tone inlays. They have the tone Strat buttons, tone buttons. Switchcraft hardware. Could like that. CTS pods. Could like that. Mallory capacitor. You know, that's all top shelf. And it comes in a hard case. That's nice. Are they quoting a price? $14.99. Yeah. Did they show the case? Back of the guitar. Guitar. Yep, they do show the case. There it is. Authentic Hendrix. Oh, that's nice. I like the blue. Pretty sweet. You can stick your weed in there. That's nice. That's always nice. Yeah, pretty good. And then the other thing was I was going to look at this, which is the one I'm holding. The Music Man, the Sterling Music Man. CT50 Plus. We're going to get more specs. I think we were saying like specs right here. Oh yeah, right there. There they are. Poplar, aqua gray, vintage trim, black. 25.5 inch scale, 12 inch radius, 22 medium frets. 42 millimeters at the nut, roasted maple, rosewood on the fretboard, which is, you know, I'm loving the return of rosewood, because what is this guitar? $6.98, $5.99. So, you know, nice to see rosewood. See, perloid. Oid is your, that oid is celluloid, so it's code for plastic. So even though they have the inlays, they are perloid versus real mother of pearl. Single action, not a dual action. That's also interesting. Everyone's kind of going dual action these days. 5 bolts on the back. And as I mentioned in the video, if you only have a 4 bolt, this one would be 1 better. That's just math. Volume with a push. That's right. It's not a push pull. It's the Robert Plant push mid boost. Yeah. There you go. Hold on. No. Okay. Nothing. Felt the sneeze coming on. Nothing. The V look nice though. And you know, there's always more work with the paint like that, unless it's a graphic, but it may not be. Well, let me check my tune in here. Where is it? Doo-doo. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, just a hair. That's all good. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I'm still trying to get the Les Paul Custom here. But it's been on back order. It's funny because it's you know, because I asked Zounds to fill it. They literally put an order in, so like every 2 weeks I get an email from them saying like, your item is still on back order. We take your order very seriously, and we are working hard to get it. I'm like, I know. But like literally, I think it's almost every 2 weeks to the day, I get another notice from them saying like, we know you want this order. We're getting it to you. Give us like just a few more weeks. I'm like, okay. Feels like that first run just sold right out. That's nice. Oh, is Aljan here? Hello to Aljan if he's here. I see people mentioning his name. Good thing you have a few guitars to play until it arrives. I know. I just sent the Blood Eagle back. God, that's a big guitar, man. That is a big friggin' guitar. What a monstrosity. Though I have to admit, I had newfound respect for it when I realized it had real mother of pearl inlays. I'm like, that's pretty sweet. Still on the hunt for a white LP custom. They got, I think they have the ebony one on the order for me, but like I said, it's just been on back order. Someday that truck is going to roll up out front. That FedEx man's going to come walking off. Is that a Mick Mars riff though, or is it a Or is it a Nicky Six riff? I think Nicky wrote a lot of those tunes. I think it's right to play a Mick Mars riff in standard, which is why I'm playing it in G. He plays it. But it sounds. No, I know. His tuning is D standard, which is a whole step down. Hence G. That is not a Mick Mars riff. Reaching for the bar. Hey, what's up, Herb? Dream guitar? Well, right now, an Epiphone Les Paul Custom. One can only dream. Doing well, Herb. Nice to see you. Or they say, they're promising me it's going to get dry and cool here tomorrow. It's been a mixed bag. We had a couple of dry days, kind of cool, but tomorrow's going to be like really, should be pretty crispy. Should feel a little bit like fall. And that's what I want. I am looking forward to the first frost. Yeah, I was thinking tomorrow might be yard work day too. It's like you're waiting for it to cool off, and really dry out the air. Dew point shot up, got into the 60s again. It's annoying. Just go away. But tomorrow it should be. It's not going to drop into the 50s. It's going to drop into the 40s, and that's going to feel freaking dry. It's going to be chilly. Yeah, no, there's a cold front moving over. It's that time of year where you get endless cold fronts. As, air to the north is really cooling off. And it's starting to roll down out of the north like a friggin' bowling ball. Hello? Hello, hello. So I have this, book on meteorology. And it's like a college level book. It's really detailed. It's great. And they go through everything. And of course, they always talk about really outliers. And they talked about cold fronts. and like the strongest cold front ever recorded. I want to say they said it was in, I forget if it was 1913 or 1930 something. I forget now. It was pretty old, but they had multiple recordings of temperature, and the temperature in I want to say it was Omaha, Nebraska, went from like 65 in the middle of the day to minus 17 by minus 17 by like 8 p.m. It was like the craziest. And then I think they had another recording on that same front. It might have been in Dallas, where they went from 85 to like 35 degrees in like 2 hours. Like some insane, because the front weakens as it goes through. So not quite the same amount of temperature drop, but it's like insane. Well, we blame Canada. Yeah, it's just that like the amount of change, right? And a number of sites, the change in temperature in a 24-hour period was like 71 degrees. It's a hell of a cold front. Yeah, exactly. Every time it's hot in Canada, Terry, you just look to the south and go, "Thanks, America." Thanks for farting. God, now everybody's suffering. Yeah, have you started your furnace yet? We haven't yet. We can usually make it to October. We'll see. We'll see if we can make it to October without having to turn it on once. We usually can. Yeah, I don't think we could make it to Halloween. Yeah, I think my house would have to be, newer and better insulated. My house is just too old and lacks insulation. So it'll, when we start to get cold nights, the house cools off really quickly. Just like it heats up really quickly. Yeah, you just replaced a couple of furnaces, yeah. Like, I know a dude who's suffering right now out in L.A. because it's so friggin' hot. He doesn't want to buy an air conditioner, and I said, if you got a mini split, then if you had like a couple of just, I know you don't get too hot or too cold there, but I'm sure once in a while you probably get kind of cold down in the 40s or 50s for maybe a little bit. It's certainly overnight. If you got a mini split, it would work two ways. And, if you're at 5 degrees outside, that is like perfect for wrenching, like the maximum amount of heat out. Like, it's like they're at their most efficient. So, I was like, you should just get a mini split, dude. For where you are in Cali, it like makes the most sense. But he's like, we really don't. We're so I think he's in, where is he out of? He's out of San Diego. So he goes, the weather's just so steady because we really don't get that cold in the winter. We're really even that hot in the summer. It's just a weird thing where it's like just hot for like a friggin' week. Yeah, it's almost time for flannel pajamas again. How are the wasps here? You know what? We don't really have many because I went a little nuts with the bug spray at the beginning of the year. You know, they moved to a new container that's a little bit more difficult to control. I don't want to say I over sprayed, but that concoction may be as much as 15 or 18 times the normal recommended amount. It seems high. It sounds high, sure. But, you know, 15, 18x, it's, you know, come on. It's not that bad. It's not 20x. So, yeah, that kind of wiped out most things that crawl in the vicinity. And it's probably still leaching into the groundwater. It's, yeah, quite effective. So I haven't really seen a lot of bugs this year. They should really redesign that bottle. The results are devastating. Any NFL here? Yeah. In fact, I watched it last night on the clock. We have Peacock because I think it was a year for $19.99. $20 for the year. They're trying to get people to get locked into it for football. So but they played both the games on NFL TV today. I had them both on in the background, the Thursday night and the Friday game. So if you missed either one, you could have watched them on NFL TV. I like football because it tells me the summer's friggin' over and it's finally going to get cool again. I can like open the windows and have crispy fall air. I love the crispy winter air. God, I'm not a fan of the summer. The summer's not for me. And I wouldn't mind it if it wasn't so frickin' muggy. But they said this year, they're like, it's not you. We were way more humid than normal this year. Well, okay, all right, makes sense because it friggin' felt it. All right, it's 8 o'clock. It's time for changing of the guitars. You know what? I'm going to leave that strap on it because it has the strap locks. Hold on. Check, check. Yep, I'm working. There we go. Flame cam. The flames are actually way more subdued, even when Bobby was looking at it today. He goes, you know, you really have to tilt it into the light to see the flames. He goes, out of the light, he goes, the thing's kind of dark. I'm like, I know. It's actually a fairly dark paint job. It's only because you're all up in the light. All right, you can really see it. That's why they're ghost flames. How can they be so awesome to name it Ghost Flames, and yet they call the guitar the Dinky? You are never living down Dinky, ever. It took every fiber in my being not to title that video the other day, "Want to See My Dinky." The flames add tone. Of course they do. Come on, Bill. Come on, pay attention. Of course, they're tone flames. Blue flames are the hottest, right? Unless purple flames are hotter. I don't know. I'm the scientist. What do the flames look like in black? I don't know. Actually kind of gray. They don't really pop. I tell you, I had another guitar here that had an alternate color that I was hoping like the alternate color could have been like Dayglow, and if it was, it would have been awesome, but it wasn't. I was kind of bummed. Felt like an opportunity lost. And I'm 99% sure, I didn't take them out because I haven't changed the strings yet. I'm 99% sure that that is the JB Jazz set, because I put a digital multimeter on the pickups, and the DC ohm resistance matched almost exactly. Right, you got to compensate for the pots and the other circuitry, but the DC resistance was almost exactly the same, within like a point, right? I think instead of like 16.7, it was like 16.6 for the bridge, and like the 7.6 is for the it was like exactly the same as the JB Jazz. So I'm fairly confident it's going to be JB Jazz. I'd be surprised if it wasn't, but you never know. We'll open it up. We'll see. I know, 16 on the bridge, and I think it was, I want to say it was 6 and change on the neck and 5 and change when you combined it with the bridge, because you got to remember that there's something about because they go in parallel or something. There's something goes on when they're mixed like that they actually lose. That's why it sounds So that's the highest at 16. There it is. There's the neck, and then at 6, and then that's the lowest at like 5 and change. Exactly, it's just science. What's the most I ever spent on a guitar? I still think my Larrivee acoustic is the highest at 16. I think I paid $16.99 for that. Because this was $13.99. And I don't think I've spent more. No. My Gibson Classic was, I thought that was 15, like 15, 19? That was low 15s. Right? So, how much was the original Vi Gem? I traded a Kramer Deluxe, Pacer Deluxe with the pickguard that I bought for $50 with a Hondo neck on it. And I bought the real neck, came with a hard shell case too. But the real neck for, because you could buy necks from Kramer, for I want to say $130. So I had about $180 into it. And I gave the store that guitar, which they put up for, I think, $5.99. And because I think knew they were $8.99 or at least $7.99 at that point. And I want to say I gave them another $400. So I gave them the guitar and $400, something like that, or $500. The guitar worked out. I remember in my head, I had worked it out that the value was going to be about like $900. So let's call the guitar $400, and you can put up whatever you want. They put it up for $5.99. I said, I'll give you the difference in cash, which might have been $500. It sounds about right. Is it 4? I know it was a steal. I sold it for like what, $950? That dude sold it, I think, for $1,500. I think if you went to go sell it today, you'd get north of 10 grand. Kramer used Hondo necks. It is when the neck is a yeah, that was a weird guitar. I don't even want to know what was going on with that one. A guy comes in, wants to sell the guitar. He wants $200. It's got a Kramer case. It's a Kramer Deluxe body, I can tell that. But it's got a I think he had the Kramer neck too, but the neck was snapped. It was snapped it was snapped really bad. There was no recovering that neck. I forget if he had that or if he didn't have the edge. I could have sworn he had a Hondo neck, and the Hondo neck was broken, right? So the thing needed a neck. He was looking for $200, and my boss was like, "No, it's just too much work. There's not enough in here for me." So he gets a call from his wife, and he gets on the phone with her. He's talking with the dude, and like, no, I don't like it. I don't want it. So he says, all right. So phone rings. I answer the phone. It's his wife. I say, hey, Mark, it's your wife. Okay. Gets on the phone with the wife. He's talking with her. And I go back over to the dude. The guitar's up on the guitar bench in the Norwood store. And he goes, make an offer, you know? And I said, dude, I don't think I have any cash. And I reached in, and of all the things, I happen to have a $50 bill. I mean, what are the chances you have like an actual, like a $50 bill, right? Usually it's 10s and 20s, 5s, 10s, 20s. But I had a $50 bill for some reason. And I pull it out and I go, I got 50. He goes, I really, I need the cash. I'll take it. And I was like, so I said, hold up. and I go over to my boss who's on the phone. And he goes, I said, hey, is it cool if I buy this guitar? I don't want to hear any shit. He's like, no, I don't want it. You can have it. And I said, okay. So I go back to him, and I give him the 50. He keeps the guitar, and he leaves. And my boss gets off the phone. He comes over, he goes, you bought it, huh? And I go, yeah. He goes, 200? I go, 50? He goes, 50? Like, he runs back and calls his wife. Stop calling me at work. You're costing me business. Oh, he was ripshit. Oh, I was like, oh, dude, don't yell at her. I just happen to have $50. I swear to God, if I pulled 20 out, he would have taken it. Oh man, he was not happy. It was all cool when he thought I was paying $200 for it. The second he found out I paid $50. So I said, well, you still have a chance to own it. Let me order a neck. Got the neck for $130. Let me order a neck, and we'll put the neck. I'll put a new neck on. In fact, I went with rosewood instead of maple because I felt rosewood worked with the deluxe better. Didn't really see a lot of deluxes with maple, so I went with the rosewood, and that came in, and that went on. I had the whole thing all set up, ready to go, working guitar, everything going, and then they took that gem in on a trade, and I was like, oh, I'll take the gem if you don't mind, and we did the deal. Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Oh man, he was ripped. Should have sold it from $150 immediately. Yeah. I don't know if he wanted to spend. The guy might have offered him $150, and he said no. In fact, he might have even said $150 instead of $200. No, he said $200. I definitely remember that. He went $200. And I was like, oh no. I can see him behind the desk right now, getting off the phone. I'm here and he's over there. He's behind the desk that's right there, down at the end. He's over at the manager's desk. I'm over at the workbench at the end of the showcases, right, with all the pedals and everything. At the end of that was the workbench, and then there was like like a cymbal stand or whatever, and like a bunch of book stands and everything like that. Oh yeah, that was a good score. That was a good one. Pretty rare though. It was candy apple red, same color as my Pacer Imperial, but it was the Pacer Deluxe, so it had the black. It had the black pickguard. I can tell you I could probably show you what it looked like, because it was a fairly common color scheme. Kramer Pacer Deluxe. Yep, there it is. That's got the maple. That looks nice. Right there. There's the rosewood. That's what mine looked like. Yep. Single, double. That was it. Yep. Yeah, that was pretty much it. In fact, I don't know if it had that exact same headstock, because you got to remember I changed the headstock on it. I want to say, I forget if it was this one with the rounded tip, or it was still the block inlay, but it had gone to a pointed tip. You know what I'm saying? And it said American after the words Kramer, which I was like, it has to say that it's going on a Kramer. They didn't even ask me what it was going on. Yeah, that was it. That's the Kramer Pacer Deluxe. No, that's definitely it. That's kind of nice. Yeah, that headstock doesn't look right though. Yeah, see, that's a focus. Nice try, bro. What did he say? It's a mutt. It's actually a Focus 3000. Yeah, no shit. I could see that a mile away. Why, I oughta. Oh, that's nice. That's clean. That's real clean. That's real nice. Oh yeah, that's it. That was it. That's the headstock. That was it. Kramer American. That's exactly what it looked like. So I traded that and like $400 or $500. I think it was like $500. Not bad. Anyway. Yeah, remember that one? That sounds about right. 87? Do I want to say that transition logo with the American and the block inlay with the point tip was 86? 86, 87. And then they go to the falling Kramer by like 88, 89. I don't really remember the fact you turn into a gem as a meeting. So, God, if I still had the gem, what a story. And then I gave him $50 and I turned it into a gem. Like, friggin' heads exploding. But you can see in this shot here, you don't really see the flames. You got to really tilt it towards the light to really pop them out, to bring out the ghost. God, this guitar is playing so much better. What a train wreck when I got it. I could see somebody getting this and being discouraged. So let's talk about this guitar a little bit, found out a little bit more. As I suspected, the custom shop is just some badge that some douche bought at at some point in the ownership of this guitar, but it was never custom shop. If you look up the serial number, I finally found a database because it's not a Fender. So when you do a Fender search, they're like it's beyond the scope. But if you look up Jackson serial numbers, and there are people out there that have tables that show you, they break it down, it's a 2001. Its serial number is 0051XX, right? It starts 0051. That puts it as a 2001. So it's definitely a 2001 DK-1. A lot of people said it's not a custom paint job, that it was a stock color, but one dude said, but on the DK-1 it was a limited edition, so I don't know how true that is. He said it was just a limited run where you could get them with the blue ghost finish. A finish that seems to be, every time I look up this finish, I can find it on the Soloist and the King V. But I do not find it on the DK-1, which, if it was a limited run, that would make sense. Why you can't find it. You replaced a couple of necks back then. Yeah, no, I replaced the one on the Imperial with the maple fretboard, and then the one on the Deluxe with the rosewood fretboard, because that one literally needed a neck. Anyway, let me just clear these out here. But, you know, I'm still happy paying $13.99 for it, even if it isn't custom shop, because a brand new DK-1 is $33.99. So, you know, put it in perspective. How does that compare to your SM1? It's actually a thinner neck. The SM1 is like the Soloist, but if you look at the spec sheet for the Soloist versus the DK-1, the Soloist neck is a touch bigger. It's a little thicker. They give a bunch of dimensions, and if you look at it, they're all just slightly larger on the Soloist, which I think is more of like a Gibson mashup, right? It's supposed to be a thicker neck. When they came out with the dinky, when they whipped out the dinky, they were going for, this came out at the peak of the shred, and so they were going for a thinner neck. DK-1 has the perfect neck. To be honest, I really like this neck a lot. It's a very, very comfortable neck. I probably like it, you know, even a bit more than some of those other guitars, because their necks are just a little bit chunkier, and I prefer the thinner neck. No, it's a good carve. You know, it's very modern, and it's not quite Wizard small. I mean, nothing really is, other than the Ibanez Wizard itself. But, you know, it's more like a Charvel, right, than even the Jackson Soloist, which is a touch bigger. Although the new stuff, the new Jackson, feels like it's a touch smaller, right? So if you get something like a Jackson that's made like in like Korea or China or Indonesia, the chances are that neck maybe isn't the same as like getting a USA Soloist. You know this, how this all started out? This all started out like most things. I was on Facebook, and I think it was the Charvel like group was doing, show me your, you know, Model 6, and everyone was doing Model 6s that weekend. And so you see a lot of Model 6s, and you start to get, oh God, they look so good. I should find myself a Model 6. Let me go look around. Maybe I can find one, you know? So I go on Guitar Center Used, and I'm looking at the Model 6s, and I had one. It's probably still up there for $17.99. And I was like, well, that's a little pricey for MIJ Charvel. Feels about $500 over norm. So I'm not willing. Besides, they had a Jackson SL2H Soloist, you know, neck through, full-on ebony with the, you know, serial number stamped down at the bottom, the whole 9 yards, for $19.99. So there's no way I'm spending $17.99 on a friggin' MIJ Charvel. I don't care how nice it is. If I can get that Jackson for $200 more, I'd be going for that Jackson like all day long. Not even a contest. That Jackson was in like gorgeous Ferrari red too. What a friggin' piece of eye candy that guitar was. But they're both like, I'm like, meh, too much. I think they had a Model 5 around $15.99, something like that. But I'm looking through Charvel, didn't really see anything. I'm looking through Jackson, and I see this for like $13.99. And I can tell right away because the, you know, the headstock, the logo is like 3 pieces of, right, the J is one piece, the ACKS, ACKS is another piece, and the ON is the third piece. You know, they're mother of pearl. And you can just tell right away. It's like, I was like, oh my God, that's like a US, and then of course it says Made in USA right after it. I'm like, holy shit, that's like a Made in USA Jackson for like under $1,500. That's like rare. You don't really see that. But I was just, you know, a little wary because I hadn't seen this finish on a DK, and you know, I just didn't know much about it. So I held off until the weekend, and of course by then it sold. Like 2 days later, 3 days later, right? Because I went back to look at it on Sunday, on tax-free weekend. I said, you know, I'll save the $50 in tax. I'll just wait till the weekend. Of course, somebody else saw it and like snatched it right up. But then it showed back up again. Again, massive red flags. Why is it showing back up? If it was such a good deal, why are you returning it? But I know why you returned it, because the thing was in ridiculously bad shape in terms of setup, like really bad. And if you don't know what you're doing, if you have to go bring this out to have it worked on, you're just tacking on a lot more money, you know. Yeah, it took, you know, a little bit of adjusting here or there, but the thing is playing way, way better than when it showed up. It's like not even close. What pickup does it have? It's got a JB Jazz set. It's the Seymour Duncan. I guess it's the Trembucker TB4, and I guess it's SN4. Is that right? SH4. Sounds right. All of them, yeah, I see have EMG pickups. I'm sure that's what it came with stock. It's got a battery compartment on it. I think it's spec'd with EMGs. But you know how that goes. How many people buy a guitar with EMGs and they go, I love everything about it except the pickups. I don't like active pickups. I want passive. They rip them out and they put passive in. Thanks, Dwight. Actually, the jazz pickup is the SH2. Come on, we got to find out. We need clarity on this, people. And that's the original Floyd Rose. You can always tell because these fine tuners are very thin. That's how you know it's OG. Yeah, yours came with AMGs, but replaced them with Duncans. Yeah, that seems to be pretty common. People tend to go with Duncan because Duncan is a common stock pickup on the Jackson, or DiMarzio. I could always go back. I mean, it's got the compartment. I could always go back to EMGs, but if I did, I'd probably put an 81 in the bridge and maybe an 85 in the neck, so I could do the push-pull thing and get the 85, the 89 in the bridge with the 85 in regular mode and the SA in coil cut mode. Right, so 81, 89, I think would be the best combo. But I don't know. I kind of like the Duncans. I think they've been sounding okay. I could go PAF Pro in this. Would be nice. I do like that. Or I could go. God, you can go Super Distortion. I'll do it. Don't tempt me. I'll do it. Yeah, do an 89 in the bridge and the 89R in the neck, right? Are they both splittable? I actually like the retroactive James. You know who used a lot of retroactive, believe it or not, is Harley Benton. And I was like, these pickups sound friggin' awesome. I really like it. First of all, I love the name, retroactive. I mean, come on. How did it take so long before somebody came up with that title? I just think they're great. Yeah, that's the other one I like too, like the Tone Zone and the Air Norton. I think that's what's in my Ibanez J Custom. I forget now, but I think it is. I think it's the Tone Zone and the Air Norton, or it's the Tone Zone and the PAF Pro. I'd have to double check. Right, PAF Pro in the neck. Kirk Hammett has EMGs. That's okay. I won't hold it against them. I'll still play EMGs, even though Kirk uses them. I'll think about that one for a second. Feel like I'm slightly out. Well, welcome back from vacation, Justin. It's raining Jacksons in here. I think I'm back in tune. Oh, maybe not. Hold on. You know, you think you are. I've got to intonate this guitar. Oh, that's looking pretty good. Well, that's not bad either. There you go. There's your trouble spot right there. You gonna settle? Let's simmer down now. Yeah, a little bit. No, a little bit. Just a hair. We'll get it just right. You gonna be trouble? There we go. Oh yeah. All right. That sounds good. Your J Custom came with a Tone Zone, Air Norton, and the True Velvet. Is that what the middle pickup is? The True Velvet? That sounds right. All right, J Custom with the Tree of Life inlay and all that crap. Like an 8000 series. I tried the Centura pedal patch in THU? I have not. I haven't had a chance to really go through the software. Not really. There's something up there. Something's going on up there. I don't think really any of my neighbors know I play guitar, except for maybe the guy across the street, just because he's lived here for so long. I would have, I would sell things on Craigslist and meet people down the driveway, but Craigslist wants my cell phone number. They won't take my Google Voice number. They want my real cell phone number, and I'm like, no. That's a negatory, bro. Why do you need my cell phone number? Well, we need to confirm it's you. I said, then just text me into my friggin' Google number. They're like, yeah, we don't like this number. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm not giving you my friggin' cell phone. I gotta go get a burner phone. Oh, I know. They do see a lot of boxes come in and go out. Do I know any Pink Panther? I don't. That. So there it is, open. A little out. That's not bad. That sounds close enough. No, it definitely needs it needs the intonation done. It needs new strings. It needs a cleaning. In fact, I could probably stand to crown the frets too. That actually makes your intonation a lot better too, because every fret rides up in the dead center again. So you notice that if your frets are too flat, that messes with your intonation as well. .38 special, yeah. What's the hardest solo I can play with a song? Well, I haven't played it in forever, but we used to do Surfing with the Alien. That was tricky. What else did we used to do? Speaker. What other songs did we do? We did God. I'd have to think about it. Did we do Bark at the Moon? I forget. We used to do Highway Star, right? Can we do Highway Star? Pretty sure we did. Oh yeah, did we do I Don't Know as well? We might have. That does sound familiar. Right? Then they had that last run. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that was a tough one. I'm surprised we didn't do Crazy Train, you know? There it is. Minor. That's coming back to me. Something like that. Back of the uni balls. I got the paradigms too. Yeah, right. Yeah. God, I love the Scorpions. So good. No. Or is it an A? I'd have to think about it. Oh, I can't. Hey. No one like you, right? A. Something like that. Yeah, somebody get me a doctor, right? We used to did we do that? Probably F sharp. Something like that, right? Knowing Eddie. Eddie, man, the overbends, you know. So unorthodox, hard to play. Yeah, this is a good guitar for 80s. 82, the Brad Gillis Sabbath. Right, when he had the floating trem, you know. Yeah, God, I love Speak of the Devil. In fact, I just love when it goes to the quiet part. You know, you get all that room atmosphere. So good. Yeah, is it open with Symptom? Yeah, that's such a great album. Ozzy hates it. That was a total like studio thing that they put out as a to glom on to Live Evil. Right? They were going tit for tat with Black Sabbath. And Sabbath had put out Live Evil, and they felt like they had to counter it. Well, yeah, if you think that's good, listen to Ozzy singing those songs. And so they put out Speak of the Devil, but they purposely held back all of the solo Ozzy material because they wanted to save that for a different album, which I think eventually became, I want to say the same album, but extended, or they did some other, they finally did, maybe it was Randy Tribute or some shit. They finally put something out, but it took forever. For the longest time, it was just Sabbath. Yeah, Dio. When Dio was in Sabbath for the first, for what, 79, 80, 81, 82? And he's off into Dio by 83? That sound about right? And Speak of the Devil comes out that year with Ian Gillan, also 83. It could be that the album was a contractual obligation. I had heard that if you hear Ozzy talk about it, he was like, they were desperate to put something out to counter Live Evil. And I was like, we don't have to, man. And they were like, no. And so he goes, I hate the album because it felt like some sort of corporate thing. Gotta remember, Ozzy didn't owe that album. I think that was not to this prior label. That was on his new label, run by Sharon, right? Yeah, Mob Rules was the last Dio album. Really? So there's no Mob Rules stuff on... I thought there was on Live Evil. I thought Live Evil was the last album. No? Could be. And by the end of that tour, they're like, we can't stand him. Yeah, Rose did not want to do a Sabbath cover album. Yeah. So, in the later years, when Ozzy and Sabbath decided to make up and go back, the Dio fronted version changed their name to Heaven and Hell, right, to differentiate between the singers. So if you went to go see Heaven and Hell, you saw Iommi and Ronnie James Dio. And if you went to go see Black Sabbath, it would be Tony Iommi. The other people, who knows, right? It depends on what contract they signed for that tour. It was kind of all over the place. But it was usually, Tony Iommi, plus singer. Ronnie was listed on the credits of Live Evil as Ronnie Dio, which he did not appreciate, I'm sure. He just seemed like one of those dudes who, very, very particular. Didn't Ian Gillan do Born Again? Yeah, I saw that tour. I saw Sabbath with Ian Gillan on vocals. And I think they did Highway Star. Or they did Smoke on the Water. I think it was Smoke on the Water. Yeah, did Ozzy sue for name ownership? That's where it gets all wonky. That's why it's KK's Priest. You can't say Judas Priest. All right? That's why it's called Operation Mindcrime. It's the people that own Queensryche, which isn't the singer. Oh God. So and then you're back in the music business. So Motorhead, Dio, and Iron Maiden. Was Dio the headliner or was Maiden the headliner? Who was the headliner? Was it Maiden? Maiden got so big I could see Maiden being the headliner. You saw the tour was Maiden? Yeah. Yeah, you could see that. So it's just by about 85 or so, 86? When they've got Aces High out, right? So now they're really... I saw them on the Peace of Mind tour. That was 83. I don't think they tour in 84. I want to say they come back in 85. I might have seen that tour. Yeah. Yeah, I would assume Motorhead would open. So I'm maiden with Paul Diano, really. Open for 38 Special on Rainbow. Wow, there's a show for you, huh? I saw Maiden at the Cape Cod Coliseum, one of the last shows they ever played there. I feel like I saw Maiden with Twisted Sister too. Right? It does sound, that does sound right. Yeah, Twisted Sister. I saw Twisted Sister when they played Worcester. It was their first headlining tour. And I gotta, I went with a bunch of friends. We're kind of goofing on it. But we have to say, it was a pretty good show. Gotta hand it to them. They sounded great. I had seen them before open for Y&T. It was Dawkins, Twisted Sister, and Y&T was the headliner. All right, Summertime Girls. I don't know the Quiet Riot contributed to heavy metal what the Beatles contributed, not even close. Because Quiet Riot only had really 3 songs, and 2 of which were covers. So, Someone told them a Maiden banner and Dee Snider got pissed. Yeah, Dee Snider, man. Emotional guy. All right, dudes. It is 9 p.m. We're going to call it a night. Thanks for everybody for hanging out. Super extra thanks if anyone contributed. Always appreciate that. And Brofist to my mod squad. Hashtag Brofist. Hashtag mod squad. And we will do it all again in a week. I have a great guitar for this Monday's Guitar of the Week. Be sure to check that out. It is another, sort of mid-pricer. I think it's around $6.99, $5.99, $6.99, somewhere around there. It's nice. And then, and I got a really nice one a week from Monday. Got 2 good ones coming up, 2 really good ones. And then we'll do it all over again. So everybody have a wonderful week. And I will see you in a week. And there you have it. No, you rock. All right, dudes. Have a great week. Check out Monday's video. And there you have it. Later.